Hey guys, this is Eliot and welcome to Yin Yoga Deep Stretch. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and also click on the link at the top of the comment section so that I can hook you up with 3 of my favorite classes. Alright, let's begin. I'll see you on the mat. So let's go ahead and get started in child's pose by bringing the big toes together, opening the knees towards the outer edges of the mat, and then just allowing your hips to glide back towards your heels, and then either extending your hands and your arms out in front of you, or you can bring the arms behind you. If you like, you can grab a block, place that underneath your forehead, just making your way into our first position of this Yin Yoga Deep Stretch class. So just immediately coming out of the gates, allowing the rest of your day to begin to fade away, and feeling yourself landing and arriving on your mat. In this moment, with this sensation that arises as we take these next 30 minutes or so to move in a deep way through the fascia, the tendons, the ligaments, and the tissues of the body. So begin to invite both your musculature of your body, but also your mind to begin to soften. Feel the breath moving in and out through the nose in a nice, easy, fluid, rhythmic way. And really enjoying that for the duration of this practice, there's no emails to write, no text messages to send, no social media to engage with, just a retreat from all that stimuli, all that distraction, and all that busyness. In a few moments, we're going to work with what we call the perfect breath. And research shows that when we breathe in for about 5 seconds, and we breathe out for about 5 or so seconds, that this type of breathing really begins to adjust our inner alchemy and chemistry in a way that's beneficial to the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide, to our overall health and well-being, our energy levels, our moods, our alkalinity, so much more. So see if you can breathe with me. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and then out the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And then we'll begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out the nose, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A few more rounds. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And out the mouth, exhale, let it all go. And now just allow your breath to find its own gentle, effortless rhythm, just moving in its own natural way. As we continue to zen it, to win it. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and ease your way all the way up to all fours, tabletop position. And then we'll step the right foot forward towards the top of the mat, setting up for dragon pose. So slide the left knee, left leg back. Feel free to get your props ready for this one if you like, as we begin to climb down to that inner right knee, right leg. You can put blocks. Go underneath your elbows, your forearms, finding the height that feels right for you. So stage one of the yin pose is you find your edge, not overdoing it, not underdoing it, doing it to a perfect degree. Stage two is to become as still as possible. Still in the body, still in the mind, and allow that stillness to be a bridge to deeper dimensions within you. Almost as if you're moving beyond the world of form into this more formless world, this formless dimension beyond time, place, and space. And of course, it may be a dance between those worlds throughout this practice. But even just a couple of moments when you transcend time, place, and space can be incredibly, incredibly powerful. And then that last third phase of the yin pose is to just yield to the process and yield to the potency of the intelligence of yin yoga, and also the intelligence of your body, of allowing that deep pressure within the fascia to work its magic, triggering that domino effect of producing hyaluronic acid and drawing hydration on a cellular level into the deeper tissues of the body. So get out of the way of yourself and enjoy this sequence that promotes flexibility, mobility, and pliability. As Bruce Lee said, notice that the stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo survives by bending with the wind. From here, go ahead and ease your way all the way back up onto your hands. And before we completely move on from this one, we'll come into a little quad stretch. So bend your back left foot in and reach back with your right hand and just grab that left foot there. And if you can't grab it, all good, just do what you can do. And And start to either with your right hand or your mind, draw that left foot in towards that left glute, giving that left thigh, left quadricep that deep stretch. Just a few breaths there. Good. One last little squeeze goodbye. And then relax that left leg back. And then from here, we'll just bring the right leg all the way back to tabletop position, all fours, and then we'll switch sides. So dragon pose on the other side. So left foot forward. And as you're ready, climb down to your own degree. And the props can be really beneficial because it raises the floor to meet you. And very important in Yin that we don't meet these poses with forcefulness or aggression. We want to bring a real Yin, soft, kind, compassionate, gentle quality to how we approach these positions and these poses. So find your place. Almost like a meditation, just see if you can marinate within all the sensation that arises. Just present to what arises for you. Around this particular point of holding the pose that things begin to loosen or soften, sometimes in a major way, sometimes in more of a minor, subtle way. And this is what we call the phase change, where you start to really move from the superficial tissues into the deeper fascial matrix. Again, within these deep stretches, just improving our natural ranges of motion. Having a lot of tension in the body is a little bit like carrying a backpack with a heavy amount of weight in it all the time. So the more loose and the more supple you become, the less energy required to move your body. So instead of being in energy deficit, you start to shift into energy surplus, greater chi, greater prana within your body and throughout your day. Take those last few breaths. As you're ready, begin to ease your way, Xing in out of that particular posture. And again, before we move on, we'll come into that quad stretch on the other side. We don't want to miss that. So go ahead and bend that back foot in, reach back with that left hand and grab what you can get. And then as you come into that deep stretch, try not to hold your breath. So keep that breath waving in and out through the body, as if your breath was carving out the tensions, the stubborn tensions locked within those connective tissues. Last little goodbye squeeze there. And then relax that right leg back. Bring your left leg back to tabletop, all fours position. Crawl your knees forward about halfway up your yoga mat. Cross the feet behind you. Go ahead and release down onto your sit bones. And then we'll extend the left leg straight out in front of us. Grab your right foot, bring it high up to your inner left leg, left thigh. Half butterfly position in that lower body, but we're gonna come to angled half butterfly. So you're gonna rotate your torso right between your legs. And then you're gonna start to crawl your hands and your arms out to your own degree. Again, feel free if you like to grab your blocks. You can put that right underneath your forehead here if you like. And looking for that stretch in that inner left leg and that inner left thigh. And again, each pose is going to gift you with a different spectrum of sensation. And it's important that whatever sensation arises, that we hold it within a spacious, compassionate awareness. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says, meet this transient world with neither grasping nor fear. Trust the unfolding of life, and you will attain true serenity. So in other words, nothing to push away, nothing to hold on to, but to just allow things to naturally ebb and flow with a steady, equanimous, serene, and tranquil mind. Keep the torso down low and then begin to crawl over by your left leg, coming into more of a traditional half butterfly. You can reach your hands out and grab your left foot, your shin, whatever feels right. And just begin to fold your torso, your chest right on top of that left leg, allowing your left ankle and your left foot to relax and soften. So again, the more that we can soften those superficial tissues, the more that we can access the deeper tissues underneath it. So you can imagine it's almost as if you're moving underneath the surface of anything, the surface of the earth, the surface of the ocean, exploring what lies deep within. Beautiful. Go ahead and ease your way all the way back up. Reach down, grab your right foot, lift your right ankle up, place it right around that left knee, setting up for Firelog pose. So for Firelog, you'll bend the left foot so it comes underneath your right knee there. And you can always modify this one if this is too much by crossing your right shin in front of your left shin. Sometimes it's nice to even sit up on top of a blanket, something to prop the hips up higher. So feel free to modify the pose so that it works for you and your body in this particular moment in time. And then as you're ready, just begin to fold over and down. Sometimes I like to bend the elbows, bring the hands to like a prayer position. And then I can rest the forehead right onto those thumbs so it becomes a little devotional Firelog pose. And by gently pressing the backs of the thumbs to the center of the forehead, you're making that connection to not only the sixth chakra, the sixth energy center, but also the prefrontal cortex. And this is the part of our higher evolved brain where we can really download information, knowledge, wisdom, creativity from, again, that formless dimension. This is where we get insights. This is where the inner teacher, the inner guru, the greatest teacher that ever existed, the one that exists inside of you. And any external teacher that knows what they're doing is only going to guide you to connect to that inner teacher. And that's how you become totally empowered, no longer dependent on an external or outer teacher. Of course, this is more advanced practice, advanced yoga, and advanced meditation. Beautiful, and then go ahead and slowly ease your way all the way back up. Extend your legs back out in front of you, letting that blood rush down those legs. Maybe shake the legs out a little bit. And then keeping the right leg out in front of you, half butterfly, left foot comes high up to the inner right leg, right thigh. Rotate the torso to face between the inner legs, the inner thighs. And start to crawl out to your own sweet degree. Finding the depth of the pose that feels right for you. The Dalai Lama was once doing an interview for a book tour, and the reporter asked him, they said, "What's been the greatest, most happiest, joyful moment in your life?" And the Dalai Lama thought for a few moments, and then he chuckled and he said, "I think now." And there's so much wisdom within that, because for many of us who would think back to some of our greatest moments in our past, but the Dalai Lama and many of the great wise masters know that the greatest moment isn't something that happened yesterday, isn't something that's going to happen later, but the moment that's happening right now, even when that moment is difficult, intense, and challenging. Because ultimately our whole entire existence can only happen in the moment, in the now. So whether you love a pose or whether you despise a pose, Whether you label a sensation as feeling amazing, blissful, and good, or intense and challenging and difficult, see if you can take refuge within this moment, right here, right now. Nothing to push away, nothing to hold on to, but to just allow these experiences to come, to go, to arise, and to inevitably disappear. Keep the torso down low, and then begin to crawl all the way over towards your right foot, right leg, folding out over that right leg, coming into half butterfly. Sometimes when people are newer to this practice of Yin Yoga, we're holding these poses and these deep stretches, long periods of time, naturally boredom comes up. People are losing their minds because of boredom. But here's the deal. It's impossible to be bored when you're fully present. That boredom only comes into a mind that isn't strong, a mind that lacks focus, concentration, and presence. And this is how in some forms of Zen meditation they're able to sit in front of a blank wall and stare at it hours on end because they're so incredibly present. Boredom does not exist. But if it does arise in this practice or another practice, it's all good. It's actually very common, very normal. It happens to me too at times. And then that just becomes a sign for you to deepen your attention and your focus, so you can actually use it to your advantage. Come back to the breath. Come back to the pose. Come back to the practice for 30 minutes. Just here. Nowhere else to be. Ease your way all the way back up. Grab your left foot, place that left ankle on top of that right knee, and then bend your right foot underneath your left knee. Firelog pose on the other side. Remember, you can modify. Cross the left shin in front of the right knee, what we call easy cross-leg seated position. And then just folding out, folding out. Thomas Edison said, "The best thinking has been done in solitude. The worst has been done in a state of turmoil." Every time we get onto our yoga mat, we're taking solitude, we're taking a break. And maybe by coming back to stillness, maybe we move into the rest of our day greater depths of our thoughts, the greater depth of our words and our speech, and the greater the depth of our actions that we take, create a whole different reality within our day because of our practice. So we're no longer thinking and speaking and acting from a place of inner chaos, but more from that place of inner peace, of serenity. Feel yourself dropping deeper and deeper. that's it for that one. Ease your way all the way back up. Extend your legs out in front of you along your yoga mat, and then recline all the way down onto your back, coming into Shavasana, to the corpse pose. Open your legs, open your arms. Taking these last couple of minutes to just allow the effects, to allow the medicine to assimilate and integrate. Shavasana. Nice and easily bring your awareness back onto your mat, back into your body. Starting to move the hands, the fingers, the feet, and the toes. As you come back into that sensation of your physical presence, bringing with you whatever it is that you dropped into. Hug your knees back into your belly. And then either roll onto one side or do a gentle rock and roll up to a last comfortable cross-leg seated position. As you get up to seated, both hands, prayer position in front of your chest, sit up tall, slightly bow the forehead down. Bring the backs of the thumbs up to the center of the forehead for clarity of mind. Fingers down to the mouth for thoughtfulness of speech. And hands back down to the center of the chest for consistency of action, allowing your yoga practice to shine through all that you think, all that you say, and all that you do. Much health, much wealth, and much love to you. Namaste. All right, I hope you had a beautiful practice. Drop me a comment down below and let me know how it was. Also, if you want to take your Yin Yoga practice to a whole other level, check out my programs, Flexibility and Beyond, and Yin Yoga, Sleep Well, both available on Inner Dimension TV. I hope to see you very soon down the road. Until then, be well, many blessings. See you on the mat.